Hey y'all, NC Survivors coming again with another Two Tip Tuesday. This time we'll be talking about tea and hand sanitizer. Tea and hand sanitizer. That little bit was kind of an inside joke. Sorry, folks, but somebody had asked for the secret. What are we doing this week on Two Tip Tuesday? Guess what? Not telling you. So that was the only hints I gave them, right? Was this and this. And so somebody said, "Oh, life straw, water filters, and hand drills." No, we're not doing those. Not today. Anyway, so let's talk about tea real quick. So tea, we're really referring to the properties of tea, more specifically in a tea bag, and more specifically of what's inside the tea bag. The properties of tea is it draws out whatever happens. So you look at a bee sting, you look at a wasp, hornet, those stings, or a bug bite, poison bites, insect stings, things of that nature, bites or stings, that actually draws out whatever's there, whatever poison or toxins are there, and so it eliminates and reduces the overall stinging or hurting factor. Now, I'm telling you these because these are two that I have tried. So that's one. The other is sunburn. It actually helps draw out the pain or the poison or the toxins in sunburn that will that cause the hurt, is what it boils down to. And I have tried both of those. Now, there's some other things that you can try, other things you can do. Apparently, you can take and make a big batch of tea, just tea, not sweet tea. And what you would do is you soak your feet in it, and it draws the toxins out of your body. So there's that. I have not tried that. Again, sunburn and bug bites and stings are the only two I've tried. But that's not to say that I may not try them. Some of the cayenne and peppers and honey, cayenne pepper and honey one that I did, and I'll put the link back down below in case you missed that, or a lot of those I have tried or had a family member try. So I know that a lot of those work. And then the other side is just based off of facts that I know specifically, yes, that works. Does it draw out toxins? Well, it's a drawing compound, if you will, or a drawing plant, if you will. So I would imagine that that would have some value to it. They're coming after me. I would imagine that has some value to it. Clouds are real low, so it echoes a lot. Anyway, I would imagine it has some value to it, but it's one of those things I can't verify those. I can verify the sting, the bites, and the sunburn. So wet it, put it on there. Another one that I've actually had done, and you know, you can have it as an extra tip if you want to, is instead of using tea bags or use tea bags, tobacco. So chewed up tobacco. My very first wasp sting, I was cleaning out a dog dish and it stung my finger, and my dad pulled tobacco out of his mouth and put it right on there, and it didn't hurt anymore. It just stopped hurting. I don't know if it's because he pinched it so hard or what, but it quit hurting. When we took it off, it didn't hurt. So I call that a win. I call that valuable, and definitely a wives' tale come true, if you will. All right, so let's talk about hand sanitizer, right? Hand sanitizer. When we look at hand sanitizers, you can get them in a gel format, you can get them in the pump, you can get them in the liquid, and this is a medical liquid one. And 95% of these have an alcohol base. We are looking at these to ensure fire. Okay, that's what it boils down to. Now, I carry these are good. I will say this is the next pack. You can get them, get like a pack of 10 for $1 at the Walmart. However, let me give you a little caveat to this. It's something I tried when I was testing. This one's open, and the reason being is because I always test before I get on camera and say, oh yeah, crap. Yeah, the alcohol's gone out of these. Now, I have lit these on fire. I know for a fact that I can use it with a ferro rod, and it does work. The problem is that these have been sitting for about 4 years. No mas, right? No alcohol, it's dried up, whatever you're gonna talk about. It's got a little bit of gel in it, and you can still smell it, but it doesn't have enough to light. So what we're gonna use is this one, and this is, again, the medical grade. This one's been sitting about as long, but this ought to tell you something is this stuff works. Now, two ways to look at this. One is we can ensure fire, and we can go in and say, okay, we're gonna put a little bit here, and we can light it with our Bic lighter. Really? I tested. Oh, it is on. Sorry. Are we sure that it's on? Well, if it's not running down the thing because it's liquid. Well, it's a fun day dealing with fire today. All right, so we're going to do it. Oh, it's on. There we go. All right, so there you go. There's proof that it's actually lit. All right, so the other question comes down to is, what is this and why is this? So the what is this? This is dryer lint. So there's you another extra tip, if you will. And if I look at something immediately starting my fire, you can see that I did it that way. And it does work, right, with the big lighter. It will work with a ferro rod, but we want to do that one a little different this time. Will it work on its own with a ferro rod? Yes, that's how I used to light these all the time. And what I want to do, let's get this out so we can see does it work or does it not, is we want to do a fire extender. So I'll take a bundle of dryer lint, saturate it just like you do with petroleum jelly, all right? Close that up. Use my knife. And there you go. So now we're looking at a fire extender. Yes, the dryer lint catches on fire, but that also ensures even if the dryer lint is damp. So that's what that boils down to. So that's kind of it, guys. That's the reality of things. We look at the hand sanitizer, whether it's a gel, the pump like we use at Georgia Bushcraft campouts, as well as many other campgrounds in the world, medical grade. Thanks to Karen Oliver for that. I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but thank you. It's my mom. She supports me, but she's like, yeah, I like it, but I'm not watching the whole thing. Anyway, thanks for that. Tea, we talk about carrying the teas. I carry a Rubio's tea, a African red bush tea, or use it more so at the house for when people get sick. So there's a lot of beneficial properties, not just the drawing, and you have to worry about is it black tea, is it green tea, is it red tea? In this case, is black tea. Black tea seems to draw a little bit better than the rest, but I'm going to put a link down below to my buddy Ryan Trainer's channel, TV, T-E-A-V. And he actually goes through not just the properties of tea, but he does tastings of it and tells you, hey man, try this one, that or the other. And there's companies reaching out for him to test on the different levels. So good stuff from my buddy Ryan. Just as a by the way, he is an Aussie. He's actually shooting from Australia. So great guy, dear brother of mine. So check his channel out as well. Again, I'll put the link down there for that. So it's the cayenne and honey one, and the link for Ryan's TV channel. All right, so thanks for all you do. Thanks for your likes, your subscribes, your views. Oh my gosh, the view and watch time. Thank you for jumping out in that. Thank you all for that. I'm going to put a link in one of my most popular videos. It just kind of took off like a rocket in there. It's a burned bowl and boiling water, and it's now over 50,000 views. So I'm going to put it down below for those of you that have missed it. That's going to be great. But regardless of that, if you never watch it, that's fine, not a problem. But I just want to thank you for everything that you do. So until then, use your instincts to survive. Thanks for watching. Still going.